Good business is the equitable exchange of goods and services. When issues of power, manipulation, and control enter into the process, corruption takes root. Just having the advantage doesn't mean you should take it. Someone had tried to take me hostage. Again! They probably wanted to gain control of the power I just displayed without an exchange. Bad business. But this time I wouldn't end up in chains. Not now that I knew what I could do. Who are you? Don't you touch me again or I'll...
Kill us? Sephie of Meridian, we mean you no harm. Please, don't.
Not much chance of that, Dren. If she were the killing kind, we'd be ashes by now. My apologies, Madam Minister. Our secretive ways are long ingrained. We needed privacy to approach you, and the Lair's proprietress is sympathetic to our mission, and so, here we are.
Durin knew you were... She let me... Why? Who are you?
Sephie, did your father never mention the people of Anheim?
He wouldn't have known these young men, but surely he made mention of Mareem or me. Alder?
I'm sorry, but no, he never did.
Then let's start over. Sephie, we are emissaries of the secret city below. We'd like to take you to meet with our minister, Juris. You have nothing to fear from us, and clearly you could protect yourself if you did. But both sides may have something to gain.
Gentlemen, I'd be happy to meet with your minister, but not without my friends. Please get them.
Anheim's secrecy has been carefully protected for centuries. We run the upper caverns. Some of us, volunteers, take shifts manning the major businesses, gathering news and what supplies we can't produce for ourselves.
While the others run the dungeons where they hide the gullible ones who poke around into other people's secrets and end up rotting away and...
We have nothing to fear, Godson.
I'd be a little more comfortable hearing you say that where I could see the stars, Seph.
That's right. How do you live down here without light, Craig?
That's one of Anheim's secrets. You'll see when we arrive. Your visit is a rare event. Very few people are allowed to know what's below because of the treasure protected there.
Treasure?
Not gold or jewels. Our wealth is not just what the caverns hold now, but what they once held.
It's ancient.
Yes, as far as we can determine, Anheim is the only pre-cataclysm city to survive in any form. As her descendants, we are dedicated to her protection and revival, because the gardens preserved here could be the key to stopping the decay of all Demetria.
Looking out over structures older than the original huts of Meridian wasn't half as surprising as what I suddenly noticed. The quiet. No wind, no crashing waves, no fighting. The valley below was so still, yet so alive.
Welcome to Anheim, Minister of Meridian.
You must be Minister Juris?
I am, and I need no introduction to recognize Ideria's child. I expected your arrival. Who have you brought with you?
People of the logging camps who have joined me to unite anyone I can convince against Ilahn of Cadador. May I present my friends, Handel, Deneen, and Kotzen.
Unification. Ilahn wasn't quite the threat then that he is now, but unity is the same goal your parents were hoping to achieve.
You knew them too? And Papa never said a thing.
He respected our need for secrecy, even as we respected his need to stay home to protect his child after his wife's death. They made many visits here, Sephie. We valued them both very highly. And I am pleased to see them both in you. I was sorry to hear that Turos had gone to join your mother. He and Ideria were both instrumental to the important work we do here.
As will the daughter of Meridian.
What are you doing here?
The eyes see all secrets. What you knew not, you needed to know. I saw you here, and now you have come.
I was planning to do the honors, but I see that you and the Muse of Jiatan have already met.
Not really. She was helping my Uncle Ilahn.
Guiding child. One side cannot grow without the other, and thus the circle consumes its tail. So beginning, take this, child.
Careful, Sephie.
If she's with Ilahn,
Let past meet future, daughter no mother. The sacrifice be paid.
It's all right, you two. I think I know what this is. It's hers, isn't it? My mother's art. Atiyeh. I was starting to think of her, of Papa, as travelers to distant lands. Yet here was evidence that my mother, Atiyeh, was alive before she went to shine with the stars. I know her only as a memory others have shared with me.
Atiyeh left these here in our safekeeping, knowing you would come.
Nurse blossoms. These grew outside my house on Meridian.
And thanks to Atiyeh, they grow here. For she brought the first stalks to me.
Juris, we're back!
Your mother had lost her parents to an accident long ago. I'd lost my only daughter in the birth of my grandson Krenner, so the tie of tragedy made new family of us. Their journeys varied as they tried to build a beneficial cooperative of a polarized collection of rival city-states. Not a simple task, but Atiyeh never failed to remember to bring a contribution to your collection and mine.
I've got 2 surprises. The first is these lovely flowers. The Arundi call them nurse blossoms. They have the most wonderful scent, and their nectar is used for treating wounds. I've planted some on Meridian, but I don't know if they'll survive in its colder climate.
We've had great success since your last journey. We now have a drought-resistant vine that thrives on the surface toxins. I'll give you some to share on your travels, and see if they're as successful planted elsewhere.
Successful planting? We've had our own, Juris. After so many barren years, finally, I'm carrying our daughter.
hear that, Krenner? When you grow up, you can marry my little girl.
It's not born yet, Turos. You might have a son.
True. Might. And if she's half as beautiful as her mother, you will be so lucky.
So, Juris, this will be my last trip to Anheim until after the baby is born.
That's understandable and completely right. Your duties must turn more personal than political now. I'll miss you, but it's time for you to rest a while. Thanks to your years of work, we've made great progress in our gardens. We think we've actually begun to halt the degradation of Demetria. By your daughter's time, we may have begun its healing. We may even be able to do our work openly.
I'd be cautious about that. You know, Turos' brother is Minister of Cadador now, with Eudoris and Clarissa dead. Do you know how much power he's gained, and what he would do if he knew Anheim existed? He'd want to control, contract, and tax what you're doing here.
You don't trust Ilahn?
I hate to speak ill of anyone, but death seems to favor his plans. Ilahn wanted me, Juris, but it was Turos I loved. Thank the stars, Ilahn never considered Turos to be an impediment to his power-hungry schemes. I couldn't bear it if... Enough about that monster. Care to see my latest canvas?
Of course. A self-portrait?
It began as one, but those flowers were so lovely I had to preserve their beauty. Your gardens can do the same for the living, Juris.
But Atiyeh, it was only a vision. The truth sometimes differs.
Which is why I never told Turos. You share my secret knowledge. If it should come to pass that I go before my time, help protect them both, the nurse blossoms, my daughter. Let some part of me be part of Demetria's healing.
I've always loved nurse blossoms, but I've never seen any so
Rez, who's that?
healthy.
Krenner. Too much time sniffing the flowers and not enough paying attention to the news. That's her. Turos and Ideria's daughter. The flying one from Meridian?
That's the Minister of Meridian?
It is healthier. We've worked tirelessly to enhance the plant's healing properties. We export the nectar through an agent in Basan. You may know the final product already.
Basanti's salve? That's really just nurse blossom nectar?
Basic business, Minister Sephie.
I know. It's all in the showing. Present your local gifts as gold.
Then may I add to your wealth with this local beauty?
Thank you. It's a wonderful gift. These flowers are my parents' legacy, and now I have one in art and in life. Do you tend them?
He not only tends to them, he's fast becoming our garden's master botanist. Sephie, here is my legacy. I'd like you to meet my grandson Krenner. Lately, he's been rooting through old seeds stored in the ruins and has managed to bring back some lost strains. Anheim's history will live again through his work, Sephie, just as Meridian lives on through you. Both of you carry the city of your birth close to your hearts. No matter how far from home you travel.
This Elysia you hail from, this radiant home that is far from Cadador, could one plot it on a map?
Minister Ilahn, Lady Risha. As the stars are to your eyes, so is Elysia to Demetria. Too far removed for your map.
Then how did you come to be here? You must have some form of travel, like a bird that brings you from this star-distant home of yours. Take me there, Ro. I want to see this city you say dwarfs my own.
Ilahn, I can't just show up on the Grand Plaza with strangers. Ingro will have my...
So, you have those you answer to? You are merely their agent?
Scoot, will you, Loracy? I can't see.
I don't answer to... It's just that... It's not like that at all.
Yes, it is. If you can't invite visitors to your home without their permission, then you are...
I am of the first. I can do whatever I wish.
Then show me how you travel to...
Minister Ilahn? Minister Ilahn, you haven't just disappeared.
Elysia. Very good. I knew I'd wear him down. Now, if you'll deliver me to your masters, Ro Rustain.
Minister Ilahn, that might not be his name in this form.
Oh.
Welcome to Elysia, Minister of Cadador. This is where we go about our business.
This chaos? You obviously sought me out for my professional advice. Introductions, Ro. Shall we begin?
Somewhere out there, I knew Uncle Ilahn was plotting against Meridian. It was comforting to be in the presence of secret allies and know he didn't share that advantage. Now, all I needed was enough time.